All right, a very great morning to you watching Westnile Television this morning. Today is Thursday, 30th of March 2023. Good morning, Westnile. Good morning, Ashuli Sub-Region. Good morning, Karamoja Sub-Region. Good morning, Lao Sub-Region. Not forgetting Teso Sub-Region as well. And my brothers and sisters in Karamoja, I know that at least the issues to do with the cattle rustling is going a little bit down. And we thank very much the security for playing its part right there. And those catching us live within Bunyoro sub-region, good morning. We do appreciate you very much, and we welcome you for Kokoliriko show right here on Westnile Television. Those who are catching us live from the central region of the country, we thank you and we do appreciate you very much. And those who are following us live from YouTube, thank you very much for following us and also for subscribing to Westnile Television YouTube account. And you can as well invite others also to subscribe and like the conversations that we always bring to you using the YouTube account. While for those who are catching us live using StarTime channel 477 in their living room, we thank you very much. And those who are catching us live from their smartphones through the StarTime app, we thank you and we do appreciate you very much. My name is Dennis Oringi, and I'm here to give you a breath of every information that you need to know this morning. We shall be able to start by giving you updates from Westnile sub-region on a nasty scenario. This morning, I have to tell you that it is not well with the administration of that is Nile High. UTR here in Arua City. Yesterday, the students were able to involve in a serious nasty accident, and we really urge that the students who got affected, they are really treated. They have been admitted at Arua Regional Referral Hospital for treatment, and that is the information that I should really bring to your attention this morning, that the students are being worked on at Arua Regional Referral Hospital. So they were able to get the accident when they were coming back from that is the football match that they had at Mishu Secondary School. So you have to know currently Arua City is for post-primary ball games, and the ball games started last week and it is still going on. So for some of the schools have been really pushed out of the city center because of lack of playgrounds to accommodate all the matches that are supposed to be played in these post-primary ball games that are going on in Arua City. So that is the sad news that we felt it is important that we should be able to bring to your attention. And this is going to the schools. Please, can we try to get the serious vehicle that can really accommodate these players and also the spectators who always accompany these players whenever they go for a game. I have been told that these students were being transported on a Fuso truck. Unfortunately, the driver negotiated the corner too close to the junction and causing the accident. So I have also been informed that the driver of the truck that caused the accident is on the run. So as soon as the accident happened, he had to jump for his dear life. So that is what happened yesterday evening, for your information. So if you have a student who studies at Nile High here at Diofe, you have to take time and go to the Arua Regional Referral Hospital and find out how that is your child, if he or she was among those who were able to go to that is Mishu for the football match that was yesterday at Mishu Secondary School. So that is something that we felt it is important that you should be able to know this morning. All right, dear viewer, also on another serious note, you have to know that yesterday there was a highway robbery that took place right there at Kaya Parish in that is in Zombo district. So the robbery took place around Kaya involving that is some armed robbers who decided to steal 28 million from that is Blue Nile distillers when they were on their way transiting to a different location. So that is the information that I felt it is important that I should be able to share to you, with you this morning. So we shall be able to get more of these stories later on, and at exactly 7 p.m. in the evening during the Nilecast news hour, we shall be able to broadcast for you the full news about these updates that I am giving you this morning right there. So that is something that you need to know in regards to that is what is happening in Western Sub-region. All right, good morning, welcome. For those who have just tuned in, you are watching Western Television, and this is the Nilecast that comes your way every Monday through Friday, and today happened to be Thursday, where we are bringing for you what you need to know from across Western Sub-region, and this is what I can really let you know this morning. Dear viewer, you need to know that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is coming to the region that will be from 11th to 13th. So 11th and 12th, he will be here in Arua City. On 11th, he will be able to meet the leaders from the districts that we have in West Nile. And then on 12th, he will be able to have a public rally that will draw people from the districts of Pakwash, Nebi, Zombo, Madiokolo, Arua District, Arua City, Terego, Marasha, Koboko, Yumbe. These people will be able to come to Arua City. While for Madi Sub-region, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni this time around has said that he wants to address the people of Madi Sub-region in Obongi. So the people who are in Ajumani, who are in Moyo, who are in Obongi, make sure that you gather on 13th in Obongi. The playgrounds will be disclosed for you where exactly the President of the Republic of Uganda will be able to address the rally. And he is, for his regional tour, preaching wealth creation and shared prosperity here in our country, Uganda. So this is not the first time that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be talking about wealth creation and shared prosperity. In 2019, when he was for his regional tour, he was able to to preach the good news about commercial agriculture. And I want to hear the number of people who have embraced that, and those who have successfully embraced the 4-acre model that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been preaching. You might be lucky, you might be among those that will be selected to be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and you will be able to demonstrate and explain to him how you were able to get the information and how you have been able to implement what President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been preaching in as far as wealth creation and shared prosperity is concerned. And remember, he will be coming to the region to find out how the parish development model is being implemented and what are some of the challenges, why people in this region do not want to embrace wealth creation and they don't want to get out of poverty. And remember, West Nile is always referred second after Karamoja when we talk about poverty. Will his coming be able to move West Nile after Karamoja in terms of poverty closer to Buganda region in terms of wealth? I am yet to find out whether we shall be able to listen to what President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be telling us. All right, dear viewer, let's start from a very serious incident that happened yesterday involving the students of Arua Technical Institute, Ragem, and the school administration. The students of Ragem Technical Institute, Arua, let me change it the other way, yesterday decided to protest not to get in the institute after failing to get explanation from the administration over the tuition increment that they termed to be unfair for them. And so these attracted police officers to seal off the institute. And as I talk right now, I do not know exactly the number of students who were able to go back to the institute, because by the time that I went to the school myself to do the story and make follow-up, all the students were told to park and leave and go home till they will be called using the avenues of communication. So, as I talk right now, I should say, the students of Arua Technical Institute, Ragem, that is one of the government technical institutes that we do have in West Nile sub-region. The students are not at the institute. They have been suspended, indefinite home. They will be called back by the administration. So our effort to reach the principal of the school was futile. And he said he is not around. So we should check on him any other day. And we are still waiting whether he will be able to respond to this particular matter that is taking place at the Institute of Ragem. If my producer can draw for us some of the pictures or the videos that we're able to capture. And remember, they were fired with tear gas when they were peacefully walking towards the administration block of the Arua city. Unfortunately, before reaching where the administration blocks are located, they were tear gassed by police around Seford here in Arua. Let's have more on that, as you will be able to pick from the videos and the pictures that we shall be able to show you this morning. Good morning.
We're not picking up as well. I'm standing over my hour now. What happened?
I did that. Let's go to school. Maybe you jump on one boat. You paid someone about
Our guild body is not involved in all the things that are happening right now. The first thing that they put as the item was tuition fee increment. Previous years, people have been paying 500,000. There was parent meeting which was called. Then they agreed in the meeting the fees increment is going to be by 10% of that amount, which is 500,000. It's going to be 550 now. The 10% of 500, which is 50,000, which is going to be 550. But to our dismay, when we are departing for holidays last year, we are given circulars. We are given circulars indicating we are going to pay a school fees of 744,000, which is more than the expected percentage they have increased on.
Very much. You are still watching Western Television. You have watched the video. Those are the students of Arua Technical Institute, Ragem, here in Arua City. And yesterday they had to protest over what they termed to be unfair fee increment for them as the students, and also some of the grievances that they were able to put forward. As you were able to listen, they said that the institute has become too strict on the students. At 6, the gate has to be closed, yet some of them are looking for their own tuition fees to pay, and they have to go out and look for pakasha or maybe some some technical work out so that they can really get some money for them to finance their education. So they said that that restriction is too much on them since they are grown up. So they wanted the administration to relax it a bit like in the previous. And by the way, this is the first time, according to what I was able to gather from the community around, that is Arua Technical Institute, Ragem, that the students have protested over what they feel it is not right taking place at the institute. You have to know that the students were able to tell us that they have agreed with the school administration that we shall not destroy anything. And indeed, yesterday they never picked a stone to destroy anything from the school. Only that they wanted peaceful roundtable discussion with the administration of the institute to explain to them why. Because when they were breaking for the last semester, they were paying 500 plus thousand, but they were given circular at the end of the previous semester or term, and they were told to pay 720 for the nationals, while for those are private students, they're supposed to pay around 720 according to the document that I was able to see. And then for the non-citizen, they are supposed to pay around 920 something, 1,000. And so the students are saying that how comes that the amount of the school fees has really skyrocketed up to that amount, with 200 plus as additional fee increment on what they used to pay. So they expected the administration to explain to them why. Because according to the students, they said that during the parents' meeting, it was agreed that the school fees will increase by 10%. So if they were paying 500,000 plus, meaning that this time around, they should be able to pay around 550, because the 10% of 500,000 is 50,000. So the argument of the students is about the school fee increment. Why has it shot up to that amount of money that this institute is demanding from them? And they are also asking, if it is a government institute, why are they being subjected to pay such amount of money? And President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and Minister of Education and Sport has been saying that we have to embrace technical education. So if that is how they want the students, learners to embrace technical education, then the students are saying this is going to be too much for them. And then according to what they have said, for those who have listened to the student story or to the video clip, the students are demanding for the principal to leave the school, and they're accusing the principal for being corrupt, and that came from the students, not from me, because I do not study from there. My work is to get the information about what is happening there. Unfortunately, the principal could not give us time to explain what exactly is going on as the head of the institute now. We shall be able to see how we can engage the administration of the institute to get also their side of the story, so that you're able to understand exactly what is going on. And as Western Television, we shall be able to see that we follow the story up to the dot. We shall also be able to find out today how far has the school administration gone with the engagement with the students or the student leaders, because the student leaders, their work is to harmonize and to act as intermediary between the administration and the general student body. And so that is something that we shall also interest ourselves to find out and understand the negotiations that is currently going on. All right, let's move away from that. Dear viewer, you have to know that we are still asking you on the same, what is your take on the decision of the administration of Arua Technical Institute of suspending all the students after demanding explanation, accountability for the fees that they are paying to the institute? Was it a right decision to chase all the students to go back home without having a roundtable discussion with the students' body in regards to the affairs of the institute? Remember, the students did not break anything. They did not even fight anybody, and they did not pick anything of the school, only that they were told to pack and leave. Was it a right decision? How best would have been, how best could the school be able to handle this matter? What were you expecting from the administration to do in regards to this scenario? So the opinion poll question is right there for you. So let's get your view on this. What should have been done by the school administration to calm the situation to have the students present their grievances and how best school would have really handled the matter. Has the school done the right decision to suspend all the students after students presenting their grievances, or the school and the institute would have adopted something that would have allowed the students to continue learning after getting their side as well? So that is our opinion poll this morning, and we shall be able to hear from you later on in the due course of the show. Dear viewer, we still have more for you right this morning. And you remember yesterday was the third day that the executive director of the Uganda National Road Authority has been here in the region, inspecting the roads under Uganda National Road Authority, moving together with the district leaders and finding out how best can the roads in this region be improved in terms of maintenance. And remember, the director in charge of maintenance was also part of the team of Uganda National Road Authority inspecting the different roads. They started their inspection right from Pakwash Bridge, Panyumur, up to Vora for the Greater Alur sub-region, or Greater Nebi and Arua, and then the following day on Tuesday they were able to tour, that is Liao Dramashaku Road, Oshoko in there, up to that is Kulikulinga, up to Yumbe, then they merge up to Koboko, and then yesterday they were able to go to Obongi Ferry, they were able to go to Moyo, Laropi, and then they crossed the other side of Adjumani. So today they are expected to be in Gulu as they will be exiting to Kampala right that side. So from what we are able to gather from day one of the visit of the Executive Director, Uganda National Road Authority, Ms. Allen Kajina, this is what we have for you. Let the producer give for you the reports.
The Uganda National Road Authority Executive Director Alan Kajina, together with UNRA engineers, spent 3 days in West Nile inspecting different roads under Uganda National Road Authority management for further management from Pakwash to Adjumani. The team visit followed the engagement the Office of the Prime Minister had with the leaders from Western Sub-region in regards to service delivery, in which the Prime Minister instructed the UNRA to visit the region and find out the status of the road. The team that started the inspection from Pakwach spent the whole Monday inspecting the road and identifying bad spots up to Vura Custom in Arua district. Speaking to the press at Goli Custom, Alan Kajina says the road from Nebi to Goli cannot continue to serve as a Maram road. Therefore, there is need for it to be tarmacked.
The road network has experienced quite a bit of deterioration in various parts. The terrain is not easy terrain, but also it experiences high traffic, especially on this route from Nebi to Goli, and so it cannot continue to serve as a Maram road. This is due for upgrading. Government is looking for funds to upgrade from Nebi to Goli here up to Zombo as a first lot 1, and then after that we shall continue all the way to Vura. But we also use some other network there in the hills, Rusi. I think it's Rusi. Yes. Yeah. Part of that is a UNRA road. Another section is not. It's a district road. But either way, those roads, especially from Pakwach, require a lot of attention.
Ellen says it is now up to UNRA that she leads to go back to the drawing board to prioritize and advocate for finances to facilitate the work.
So what we're going to do as the UNRA team, we're going to go back and look at prioritization and see what road we do first with the funds available as we seek more funding. But what is clear is that this network needs to be up. As soon as we go back, we are going to go into a discussion on prioritization as soon as we go back. Now that when we actually do the work is dependent on when the designs are completed and when funds become available, all of which are not within our control. But it was important that we do this visit together with the honorable members of parliament to appreciate the condition of the road.
Accompanied by the members of parliament from Greater Nebi, led by the chairperson West Nile Parliamentary Caucus, Songa Lawrence Biyika, they appreciate government of Uganda's response to other sectors of economy. However, they are urging the government to respond to the cry of the people of West Nile in as far as road and electricity connectivity is concerned.
Priority road now, which the design and all the engineering design is ready, is the one from Goli, from Nebi to Goli, to Paida, to Zombo, to Zeu, to War. We moved with the director, executive director of UNRWA yesterday over that road, and she was able to appreciate that this road now needs immediate money for upgrading. We also had a chance to go up to Padea. Though Padea is treated as a district road, but we are questioning ourselves, why is the central government, through Revenue Authority, collecting revenue from Padea if it is a district road? So yesterday we agreed that the 13 kilometers can be integrated in the Nebi, Zombo, Zeu, War, Vora road.
Currently, the government is finishing the tarmacking of Atiak Ajumani Road. Songa calls for fast-tracking of the tarmacking of the Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road, since the commitment has already been made by the World Bank, who is the financer of the road.
Efforts on this Atiak to Ajumani, Apakele, Ajumani, there is a big progress there, and we want to thank the government for that. But we want the government and the contractors and the entire team stakeholders to ensure that we fast-track tarmacking of Koboko, because this is already a commitment made by World Bank. Let us tarmac Koboko to Moyo via Yumbe very fast, and we also tarmac Manibe to Terego to Yumbe. This is under JICA, Japanese International Development Corporation.
It should be noted that Nebi Goli Paida Zombo Zeu War Road for long has been pushed to be tarmacked to spur trade between Uganda, Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan. Will the inspection of the national roads by the Uganda National Road Authority Executive Director Alan Kajina and the coming of the President be able to answer the road questions in West Nile? Dennis Oringi, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
All right, you have watched this story and you have listened to the submissions that were given by, that is none other than the Executive Director, Uganda National Road Authority, and also the leader of the West Nile Parliamentary Caucus, Honorable Lawrence Songa Biyika, who is the chairperson, West Nile Parliamentary Caucus, right there. So he was the one leading the delegation of Uganda National Road Authority who were in the region inspecting the different roads under Uganda National Road Authority. And remember, they're coming to the region to inspect these roads, and came as a result of the meeting that the ministers, together with the members of parliament from Western sub-region, were able to meet the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Robin Anabanja, who was instructed by the head of state, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to meet the leaders from Western sub-region, and different ministries should be able to present to the leaders of West Nile on their progress of work in the region. So I think UNRWA was the first to be selected to visit the region, and very soon we shall also have other ministers visiting the region in regards to what we call service delivery is concerned. So these issues were presented to the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, right there. Let's get to matters to do with the climate change. Deforestation is alarming in Madi Okolo for those who have ever been to West Nile. If you have left Nebi, you're proceeding to Arua, you would be able to get a place called Madi Okolo, and the place is semi-arid, by the way, right now. It is not that place has been like that before. The place has just been changed to be like that because of human activities. So the actions of humans on the environment has affected Madiokolo district badly. For your information, the area you see that is now with the shrubs, those small trees that you see, it used to have big trees. You will not even see the other side of river that is Nyagak, that flows down to Ora. I think that is Ora. So you could not really see the other side of the river in the past, but right now you are able even to see Arua when you are in Nebi. And it was very hard for one to see Arua from Nebi, the hills this side of Arua. It was impossible for you to see the hills, but because of deforestation, for your information, you can now see even Arua when you're in Nebi. When I used to come to Nebi from my village, I used to ask people what is the direction of Arua, because it was very hard for me to see the hills this side. I didn't know that this side of Arua, there were hills around Madiokolo, Bondo, and Narivo. So it was until the trees that were covering up the hills were cleared, then I started knowing that Arua is on the other direction, because the hills can now be seen visibly. And this is because of human activities. That is called deforestation, cutting down trees on large scale without planting. Joseph Jurua was in Madiokolo, and he was able to go deep down where charcoal burning do take place. And he reports on what is on ground in as far as deforestation is concerned. And you will be able to get a shocking revelations from those that are getting involved in charcoal burning in the district. Let's have the story.
Locals in Ofaka sub-county have raised concerns over the steps taken by the sub-county to control tree cutting in the area. This comes after many of the locals have resorted to cutting all the trees for charcoal business as the only way of survival. According to some of the locals, they cut trees for livelihood sustainability since their gardens cannot grow crops anymore.
Gamete kati amatira pati gazet sote yatra te gamete atia mako
ma okurwa wole anji jiria ma to chai ja woro iko
ejo amasu ven sala zidun bimbi ene tre amare makave ganwa amaga balwa ne ga school fees ufezura balwa ne ga enya adezo
Samuel Isingoma, one of the dealers in charcoal business, explained that the challenges leading to the rampant tree cutting is the land ownership system that allows people to take full control of the land, hence depleting the vegetation cover. While Godwin argued that they are ready to plant more trees, but the sub-county leadership is not availing them the seedling.
When you own some land, especially because in the village, all the land has been given to those rural people. So you found they are organizing cutting of the trees, and they don't have any other plans to do any other things like planting the tree like on the hill where the stones and the tree can grow well. So it will be worse if they are not to continue planting another tree and the tree have been cutting away, especially it will destroy. Things will become worse.
Adanse yo pativure gamete ni dunia amani yo bara te yo gamete ni amakozo veno tsokwari pati diba yebo pati diba kazi kan sub county an kan mango kan tedwa di pati obetete deke ba veni pati deke awa te tsani veni village se ba cafe ba zi tsoni vin dunia yuni akwa ko kan onda ni wara ngoni ar According
to the sub-county leaders in Ofaka, there are several tree species that are not to be destroyed. Among them is the Shiana tree, but due to the economic crisis in the country, people have resorted to cutting every tree for charcoal.
Yo Ofaka sub-county lele ini umbako vini kara urodi druvini alo eni ini banyanya nungule awale awa iri pati amani umvele senati druvi te currently sende joy but circle business oave du pati vini dia general uli ini ve charcoal.
The business is not only transacted or done by the locals within Elibu village, they are joined by people from different parts of this country. As far as Kampala, Western Uganda, and within West Nile, there are people who have also joined to come and do the same business.
You come to this home, these are village people, they give you some areas and you begin cutting that tree so that it leaves them the space whereby they can grow their crops.
Ban bimbi, ngala karan bimbi avene, amabo vyatsi. Like Musoga, Buganda, ene abo vyatsi. Ene makave gaendi.
According to most of them, this is the only way they can survive and get their earnings. There's no any other livelihood activity that they can do. They tried agriculture or farming, which is not productive because the lands have turned infertile.
Apandani feveni mavuamvua mabakia yue kimani azinga sende singoni even akuni benefit moke
amo afadevena men o ejo amaruavi abaza akojo were.
According to Primo Draga, the LC3 chairperson for Ofaka sub-county, says there are measures set to curb the vice of tree cutting.
We are charging those who are involved in the actual cutting and the burning of the trees. That is one. Then two, we also are registering every dealer in charcoal in tree products. We are registering them at a certain fee. Every quarter, if you want to continue, you pay 50,000 to the sub-county.
But me super TV diria me dia fine it. Allo me charcoal business or me fine of dojo silingi alf kwarito dare toruna mini lejo charcoal pot.
We have set committee, environment committees at the village level who are more of our informers and also mobilize the community against massive tree cutting.
However, as a way of controlling the activity of deforestation in the region, the sub-county has slapped some charges on the people who continue to deplete the forestry cover.
We're also fining heavily every big truck that comes for charcoal. One trip we are fining them 200,000. Anything above 50 bucks we are charging.
Ofaka sub-county collects about 30 million Ugandan shillings from charcoal trade and other local revenue collections annually.
A sack of charcoal here goes at 20,000 Ugandan shillings, but once it gets out of this place, the price doubles up. The question that remains unanswered to date is, what are the bylaws that are enacted by the different local government entities? Where are they working? Each local government entity has got bylaws that are to protect the environment and vegetation, but the question here is it really being implemented? Joseph Chura, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
While you're still watching Western Television, my name is Dennis Oringi. You have listened and you have watched this story, and I think right now you are really asking a number of questions in regards to deforestation in Madiokolo. Not only in Madiokolo, go to Nebi district, go to Pakwash district, and you make your judgment about the manner in which we are destroying the environment. It is alarming, by the way, and it is my responsibility, it is your responsibility to see that we protect our environment so that we are safe. So if we continue to allow people to rent our land so that they can really practice large-scale charcoal burning, it will be us to be affected. For them, they have the money. They have constructed good houses in Kampala. They're making money out of those houses that they have really put up after getting the money from us. For us, we shall be left without trees, and we shall suffer. And we shall not be, we should not be trying to accuse people here and there in Nebi. In some areas, they tend to accuse the local chiefs for not really doing their work of bringing rain. That is a traditional way of thinking. You want to attach rainfall to this local man who is also very local like you, who does not know how rain is formed. So they always punish these people, telling them they're the one trying to say to make the rain not to rain in this area. So let us punish them. And then some of the local chiefs also, they have the pride to tell the people that, you see, if you don't give me goats, I'm not going to make the rain rain. And then one time I asked somebody, I said, why can't the person also be able to make the rain on his garden alone, or maybe at his home alone, if he's a rainmaker? By the way, that belief is still there. There are people who believe that we do have rainmakers. But for your information, rain formation is something very different. It has nothing to do with these local chiefs that we do have. Traditionally, there are some people who believe in that, but for me, somebody who has gone to school, not to the school, I know what it takes for a rain to form and to pour. So we should not be saying that now God is punishing us because, because we seem not to be worthy, to live the life here. Why is it God is only punishing us? You do not know that you're punishing yourself. Why is it other people are receiving rain, more especially in the areas where people are able to preserve and conserve the environment and plant trees? For your information, you want to cut down trees, but you don't want to plant. And when it is not raining in your area, you begin to curse each and everything that you see around for making the rain not to rain in your area. So as West Nile, please, we have to wake up. Yes, it's good to advocate for electricity. If I can really see the energy that people are using for advocating for the electricity to be connected to the national grid be used also to see that our environment is preserved, we will not be talking about issues to do with deforestation here. Where has the energy gone? Where are those environmentalists, the environment lovers? Where are you? Why not causing discussions on different platforms here at Westnile Television? We can invite you and we can start the conversation from there. Where is the problem? Why do we continue to register large-scale deforestation in West Nile sub-region? Is West Nile only meant for Shaku? Are the trees for Shaku only here in West Nile? Why not other regions? I know that the sub-region of Asholi, they are also crying, like I am crying this morning. But at least you can see some efforts being put to see that large-scale tree cutting is scaled down. But in West Nile, everybody for himself, but God for us all, when it comes to environment issue, where we see energies being, put towards certain things, but we have forgotten about this natural environment that God has given us. We are not advocating for afforestation. We are not advocating for ban of sale of charcoal on large scale. We have the environment officers in these local government units that we do have in the region. What are they doing? We are supposed to have the environment officers. Where are they? They keep impounding the bags of charcoal. But for how long shall we continue to impound the bags of charcoal without taking serious action to see that we stop the large-scale cutting down of trees and burning of charcoal in the region? It is a very serious matter. The other time when we travel from, that is Nebi to Zombo, the weather changed immediately when we crossed to Zombo. Why? Because trees are being planted in Zombo, for your information, compared to the downer part of Alur sub-region, and come to the area of Madiokolo Terego. Somebody will say, because of the influx of refugees, yes, that can also contribute to the deforestation that we have registered in the region. But you as an individual, what are you doing to restore back these trees? So these are the things that I am telling you this morning, that we can restore back our environment to its state that it was in the past. We used to enjoy our environment. I was one person who loved to move in the bush, you know, trying to admire the trees that we had. But now we do not have those trees. Go to the streams that we do have around. Do we still have those big trees? Even some of the national trees that we used to have, they're no longer there, and our children will never know. In Alur, what you yen bay. Yen bay ga winu nga manong yen bay ni anyo tie. Shumugi, ulemugi, yen gitie. Nungagi, yen gitie. Gimbe. Pirango, jutongo ge juwango ge man gedoko vuru kaka gede giduin za. Ento we will niya ya yen mamungu meki iwa ebitu yungo kendo chalo kit mamungu kete edongo ko. Mo pedu bidongo ruwe kasa onero mo bitongo ge gibiloto go kendo eno la mamak betu karmingeo. So wagwoko chwich motia kwa karo yamo makoto de ebedo yamo mangesh. Ngo yamo moko manongo liet geno shalo nyoite ode yiru kamoko mo yamo ne mi yu mi wado biru ko yama liet mi yu de liet mi wado de liet ajikane igami tong pera tonga ko lieto. Dear viewer, let's get to actually celebration and give for you what is taking place in actually sub-region. In as far as protecting the environment is concerned, you have to know that World Food Program have advised the authority in the refugee hosting districts to embark on sensitizing the local community on prioritizing the domestic use of energy-saving stoves by both refugees and host communities to enable them to serve their environment. Yes, we can really adopt this. And let's have more on this story reported by Stephen Okello from Gulu. Good morning.
Stella Sengendo, Climate Risk Management Specialist Officer at World Food Program, advised local authority and the stakeholders in all the refugee host districts in Uganda to start promoting the use of energy savings cooking stove in their district in the bids to fight environmental degradation.
We want to also promote the use of energy cooking stoves, especially in the refugee areas.
Dima William, the district natural officer, Mariokolo district, says the influx of refugees in the district has negatively impacted on the environment in his district, as both refugees and the host community continue destroying the environment for firewood and other domestic uses.
Address the issue of environmental conservation through the use of energy stoves. When you look at our environment in the refugee hosting communities, we have been having a lot of challenges concerning the destruction of our environment. That's areas to do with where the refugees are settled. We have been having challenges of destruction for settling all these refugees.
Ben Ekong, a sales representative at African Clean Energy, says the use of energy savings stove will not only save our environment, but also save the life of the end user from other health-related hazards.
Because you see, in most cases, trees are cut down in regards of getting charcoal. But now with this stove, what we do is we are safeguarding that in the use of briquettes. And the briquettes that we use are basically made from two types of trees, basically eucalyptus and pine. So those are the briquettes that we are using. So in the long run, you find that all our trees that we have in our societies, none of them will be cut down.
George William Omongi from Uganda National Meteorological Authority explained the impact of environmental destructions on climate.
There can be delayed onset of the rain. Then there can be too much rainfall also which come during a season and it becomes too short. And there can be total dry condition during the time rain is expected.
Currently, Uganda is hosting approximately 1.5 million refugees with a relaxed policy that allows them to live outside the 48 different settlement camps across the country. And this has negatively impacted on our environment. Stephen Okello, reporting for Westnile TV from Gulu City.
All right, that is about a domestic, that is use of energy-saving stoves right there. You too can also embrace this to save our environment. Once you have the energy-saving stove, it will be good for you to save the trees that we do have in our environment. All right, dear viewer, we still ask you, was it right for the administration of Arua Technical Institute, RAGEM, to suspend all the students after they demanded for accountability and explanation on the skyrocketing fee increment, as they have termed it, from 500,000 to around 720,000 for the private sponsored students, while for the non-citizens of this country, they are supposed to pay over 900,000. Let's go for a break, and we shall be able to come back and sample your opinion right here on Westnile Television. You're watching Kokoliriko live, and those who are following us live from YouTube, we thank you and we do appreciate you very much for always following Westnile Television. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube page so that each and every time you will be able to get the link right there. And don't forget to share as well to your friends, colleagues in different parts of this country and beyond, if they want to know what is happening in Western sub-region and Uganda at large. And do not forget also to comment on the opinion poll question that we have asked you this morning. We shall be able to read your opinion as you have written. My name is Dennis Oring. Let's go for a break, and we shall be able to come back and give you more on what is happening at the national scene. Good morning.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on StarTimes this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Mercula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with StarTimes. StarTimes is regulated by UCC.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
16 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. right on Westnile Television. I am glad you're still watching Westnile Television Kokoliriko show program that comes your way every Monday through Friday from the hour of 7 a.m. up to 8:30 a.m. in the morning with me, Dennis Oringi, where I give you a breadth of every information that you need to know, what is happening locally here in Western Sub-region, what is happening in the Greater Northern region and other regions that we have in this country, Uganda, and also what is happening in the neighboring countries that we do have. And don't forget, it is time for me to give you what is happening at the national scene. You have to know that 5,000 Uganda People's Defense Forces soldiers yesterday were flagged off for peace mission in Democratic Republic of Congo. Apart from Uganda People's Defense Forces participating in pacification of Somalia, the 5,000 UPDF soldiers have been flagged off to go to Democratic Republic of Congo for a peace mission. And so you have to know the contribution that Uganda People's Defense Forces have contributed to the pacification of the different countries that are found in East and Central Africa. So Uganda can be recognized for that, and that is something that I can tell you this morning, that don't look at these Uganda People's Defense Forces soldiers for granted. They are those that have been able to protect the sovereignty of the country, and that's why we have peace and development is flourishing in the country. If it is your first time to come into Uganda, you will even appreciate the country just as soon as you have landed, because the restrictions are not too much like in other countries. I have never been to other countries apart from being to DRC, South Sudan, and maybe I was able to set my foot in Kenya, just in the periphery of Kenya, from the eastern part of this country. And I have the experience of lives in those countries. I have to tell you that Uganda is a country that you can survive if you're not stupid in mind. So that is what you need to know, that the 5,000 UPDF soldiers have been sent to Democratic Republic of Congo for a peace mission. And we also say kudos to the President of the Republic of Uganda, who is the Commander-in-Chief of the command of the UPDF right there. So that is something that you need to know, that these are 5,000 soldiers who have been flagged for a peace mission in the troubled North Kivu province of Democratic Republic of Congo. The Commander of Land Forces, Lieutenant General Kayanja Mohanga, who was the commander of the Mounted Division in Kasese, and also the commander in charge of Operation Suja before he handed over to Major General Dick Olum. He was in Democratic Republic of Congo, so he understands the terrain and the nature of the peace mission that these soldiers have gone for. So we pray for them, because they have gone to see that our neighboring country, Democratic Republic of Congo, is peaceful. And once DRC is peaceful, as a country called Uganda, we shall also be peaceful, because we shall not have the external threats affecting the sovereignty of this country. Quoting him saying that unlike the Suja operation on the other side of the Democratic Republic of Congo, where we directly attack the enemy, the mission here is to witness a process of achieving peace in Rutshuru territory and the neighboring areas in the North Kivu province in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And they are going to deploy around 5,000 soldiers. That is according to General Mohanga right there, who is the commander of land forces of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. He added that they are not going to Congo as enemies of any group, but to implement the decision of the East African heads of state on creating peace in the North Kivu province. The chairperson of Kisoro district, Abel Bizimana, he says that he was excited that the UPDF soldiers had finally been flagged off to witness a peace process in the troubled Democratic Republic of Congo. He advised that his district has already allocated about 620 acres of land that is Kabaya public land for the UPDF, so that it can plan the peacekeeping mission right there. So we do appreciate very much the efforts that the Uganda People's Defense Forces is added to the efforts that are also being put by other countries in the East African community. Currently, as we are talking, we have around 7 countries belonging to the East African community, with the latest joining the bloc being Democratic Republic of Congo under the leadership of Felix Tshisekedi, His Excellency, with due respect right there. So that is something that you need to know right this morning, and let's continue to pray for them that they should be able to succeed in the mission, the peace mission that they have gone for right there. So more from that is surely sub-region. You have to know that Gulu court is stuck with that is around 3,000 cases that have not been handled right there. So the Gulu court stuck with the 3,000 cases that have not been handled right there. So the Gulu High Court is stuck with the 3,056 unheard cases, according to resident Judge Philip Odori. Justice Odori made a statement on Monday before the commencement of the 4-day criminal session of the Court of Appeal right there. Now the session opened by Deputy Chief Justice Richard Butera will end on March 30th today at the Gulu High Court Circuit. Justice Odori said the Gulu High Court is overwhelmed, that is by case backlog, with some cases having been filed 20 years ago that have not been heard and have not been settled. And this will not be different from what we have here at Arua High Court as well. So if the whole of Gulu High Court that started way back can have a backlog of over 3,000 cases, and what about here in Arua? And so that is something that you need to know. And for your information, in regards to court issues this morning, allow me to say this, that there's a woman who was arrested on Tuesday, and she has a baby who is 8 months old only. And this woman has been kept at a Windiri police post for all these hours and breastfeeding this young baby who is 8 months old in a police cell, not at a prison, cell. And I am trying to look at the life of this young, young baby. Remember, children have their rights to live and rights to their mother. And separating and arresting the mother of this 8-month baby. I'm not saying that nobody is supposed to be arrested, but if somebody is arrested, like a woman who is breastfeeding an 8-month-old baby, the process of, prosecuting her should be very fast. She cannot be kept in a police cell for over these hours. And this young baby, and the police cells, how it looks. So for those women who have ever been to police cells meant for the women, no papyrus mat sometimes, there's no bed, no mosquito net, and this woman has to breastfeed her baby at this police cell. And I know the police of Western region, you are getting me here. Can we try to speed up the process of really seeing this woman either off from that particular police cell at a Windiri police post, if possible be transferred to Arua Central Police case, and our file should be worked on very fast. Somebody was arrested on Tuesday, and today is Thursday, and this woman has been there at a cell because the complainant is demanding 900,000 to be paid by that woman, because the woman fought with a lady who is believed to be in a relationship with the husband, and then keeping her for all these hours from Tuesday up to today, because according to the information I've got this morning, even she has not yet been released, and she has to breastfeed her mother, her child in that police cell. So it is quite unfortunate right there. I'm looking at the life of this child. All right, dear viewer, you have to know that in our country, Uganda, we need to really look at justice to be rendered in time. Justice delayed, justice denied. And this is what I was taught in Senior 2 CRA, much as I did not continue with that subject for the rest of the time that I was in the high school. And so once we delay justice for somebody, then that person will be denied justice. And that's something that we need to do. And we have to protect the lives of the children. Much as you arrest their fathers and you arrest their mothers, look at the lives of the children that this person has been, looking after. And that is my message this morning. And I believe that that woman, if she cannot be transferred to Arua Central Police Station for further management of the case, then she has to be given bond so that she can continue to provide what is needed for the young baby. For those who are parents, you know how much it costs to bring up a child of that age. 8 months only, and breastfeeding from a prison cell, from a police cell, it is quite unfortunate right there. Dear viewer, you have to know that the schools are stuck after government failing to deliver the senior 3 textbooks, and this is something that you need to do. Remember the abridged curriculum that was introduced by the Minister of Education and Sport made the National Curriculum Development Center to develop new curriculum for the learners in different levels of learning in our country, Uganda. Or for senior 3, I have, according to the information that we're getting here, that the textbooks have not yet been delivered by government of the Republic of Uganda to the senior 3 students who are studying in different government schools and private schools that we have in this country. And as far as the abridged curriculum is concerned, let's get to our opinion poll, 3 minutes to the 8:30 a.m. right here on Westnile Television. You're watching Kokoliriko show. It's a show that comes out every Monday through Friday. If you want to sponsor the show is still very open for you to take up. If you are running a business and you want people to associate with your business, the television has the platform for you, and we shall be able to give you the best in as far as promoting your business and also promoting Westnile Television is concerned. Get in touch with us. We are located on Plot 39A, Weatherhead Park Lane, just next to this Presidential State Lodge, right here in the heart of Arua City, and that is where you can get us. I am coming to you live from Arua, not from Kampala, for your information. So I have to be clear, because some people will be saying that, you talk about Westnile issues when you're in Kampala. No, we are here in Arua. And if you think that Westnile cannot have a television, now we have the television, Westnile TV, lighting up the region, because we were in the darkness in as far as information sharing and broadcast is concerned. So let's have Awusa Freedox, who is a hardened follower of Westnile Television. When it comes to Kokoliriko show, the guy is perfect. He starts from the first second of the show till the last second that I always sign out of the studio here. Let's have him. And he says, that is not the right decision, because I think this causes delay and backwardness in the education sector in our region. And that is according to Awusa Freedox right there. This portrays unprofessional leadership and administration in the institute. Remember, he has dropped his opinion in regards to the suspension of all the students of Arua Technical Institute Recam yesterday over what the students termed as maladministration by the administrators of the institute. One, that the administration has failed to provide accountability for the money that they are paying. And secondly, also, you have to know that the institute has increased the school fees for the students right there. Dragule Abibu, thank you very much. He says that that's not the right decision to send the students just because of seeking for explanation, and that is according to Dragule Abibu right there. Thank you very much for your comment. And he is a new commenter this morning, and we do not take you for granted. We appreciate you, and we salute you for always sharing your opinion with us. I know when you share the link with other people and inviting them to subscribe the YouTube page for Westnile Television, we shall grow the family. And we are here to see that we grow together in development. Let's have another person, that is the PJ Zavi. He says that it is absolutely not a good decision. Remember, we do not know when they will resume lecture, because they were ordered to pack and leave without proper communication given to them by the administration of the institute. So if it wasn't a fraud or corruption, I would suggest that the administration should explain to the students why fee increment to that amount and suspending them all from the institute, just like that. So as I talk right now, I think there should be a crisis meeting. We have another message that is coming through. That is from the B-Tunes. Is one of the ardent followers of Westnile Television, Kokoliriko show. B-Tunes City Music says here, it is improper for the school administration to send the students of Arua Technical Institute Ragem home for such a simple reason. They should use another means. Thank you very much, B-Tunes City Music, for your comment right there. And we don't take that for granted. So, dear viewer, from the comments that we have been able to sample from the different followers, I think I am not a judge, and I leave it to you and to those that are stakeholders in education. I know you and I, we are stakeholders in education. We need to forge a way how to harmonize issues peacefully without taking, erratic decision of suspending learners. And this should really go to all the education institutions that we have in this country, that you can solve simple problems using simple methods. I was one of the administrators in one of the schools. Let me tell you, by the time I was there, we never had a strike, and I'm proud to say the school has never registered any strike since the school started in 2014. And that is how to manage students. How do you manage the students? The tip I'm giving you this morning before I get out of the studio is this. If you're a teacher, don't put yourself to know everything. Get involved, eat with the students. Discuss with the students, be with them, bang stories with them. You will be able to understand their minds. And before they react, you will be able to know what can be done to solve their problems. If you're open to the students will also be open to you. And in regards, you will solve the problems that might have emanated. So for the teachers who always like despairing themselves from students, I am advising you this morning that please be with them. They are human beings like you. Understand their position. If they're demanding for explanations, provide the explanation in time, because students are sometimes impatient. They will never be patient with you when it comes to something to do with accountability and money. So make sure that you provide accountability in time. And if possible, call for a meeting, general meeting. You address the students. Listen to them. Don't be the one to talk a lot, because they will tempt you to be a dictator. I do not want to be a dictator this morning by talking a lot. Let me disappear and leave you for other programs. Good morning.